Welcome to another update video. I haven't made one since I got into Perth, and I wanted to address some things which I've seen on the channel. So this might be a bit of a lengthy video, but I can edit it now because I've got a PC I can edit on, which is kind of nice. I'm currently staying in a suburb close to Fremantle with my cousin, which is really cool, and her family, and it's really sweet of them to host me. I've been catching up with family in the area, it's fun. I'm currently looking for a work exchange place where I can be a bit more stable and based for a while. I don't know if you've heard of Workaway or what are the other names? HelpX, Woofing, that sort of thing. I don't know if those are going to work, but that would be great if I can find someone on that. Otherwise, I'm still staying with contacts in the area for now. And we're trying to get Tice to come to Australia as well, so we can collaborate on maybe some videos and some job opportunities, like working in a farm together. That would be really, really cool. As you can see, I'm still wearing this World Bicycle Relief t-shirt because I just want to keep talking about them. Basically, they support kids and families and businesses in Africa and other developing countries by giving them bicycles to just aid their life. I mean, it's like giving a car to someone almost. I mean, bikes, people don't realize it, but they're incredibly functional and they have a lot of potential to help these people. I have a whole campaign below, linked down below, which will tell you about my story, which I'll explain a bit in this video actually, and the story behind why I wanted to do it. Basically, it'll explain everything for the World Bicycle Relief campaign. Other people have campaigns as well. I'm not the first one to do it, but I'd like to be part of that to kind of just spread the message about bikes for people in developing countries. Basically, that's essentially what they are doing. Links down below. So, most of the tour that I have, all the footage that I have, I can maybe show you snippets of it because I can now edit it. Basically, I've gathered so much footage in the last 5 months, and I know on my channel it doesn't seem like I have any. I get that, but I actually have tons. It's ridiculous. I don't have any drone footage, nothing dramatic, but it's all stuff of me filming the area, filming myself on the bike, riding through across Australia, top to bottom of New Zealand, and I still have some stuff from Scandinavia or Finland, and I think maybe some stuff from Sweden as well. But anyway, I have lots of different footage to still share. And I thought about, like, the problem is those videos, I like to spend a lot of time creating them. I just thought you might hear some work in the background. There's some work on the roof happening. I might try and edit it out, but if you hear anything, I'm sorry in advance. What was I saying? Something about the editing? Yeah. So when I create a film, I don't necessarily like vlogs, like recording them like that. I find that they don't really portray. Anyway, the point is, I don't want to explain the whole thing, why I'm not into it that much, but generally I prefer to make a film rather than a vlog. And the films take longer to make. Great example, I want to give a shout out, I mean, he's never going to see this, but there's a channel called Cycling About, which I came across about like a few months ago, and he has been touring around the world in different places. Like right now he's in South America, and his videos are breathtaking. It's like, as soon as he posts one, it's like, oh my god, I want to go there. It looks amazing what he's doing. The quality is just stunning, and the way he storytells through the whole video is just really just so impressive. I'm gobsmacked. Totally go and check out stuff. Now, I really like that premise, and I kind of want to put that and relay that into my videos. So if you noticed in my Sweden and Norway one, I kind of did a similar format. It's not exactly the same, and I can't do the same quality because I just don't have the skills yet, but it's similar. Like, I don't know about lighting because lighting's coming from this direction. but it was overcast a minute ago. So yeah, that's something that I definitely want to get better at. But I'm not fast. I'm just not fast at editing. And also even with touring, I'm average speed, I'm okay. I would say I'm probably a bit more than average because of all the gear that I carry. You can't even see all of it in this shot. What else should I mention? Probably that I shouldn't say so much. No, I'm gonna cut that out. I've been talking with other companies about sponsorship, possible sponsorship on certain products like the bike packing equipment that I use, and sorry about the noise, and the bikes that I'm actually riding. Right now I'm riding with a Reed bike, or Reed Cycles is the company. They just make loads of great value bicycles. You should totally check out their website and everything. I've been corresponding with the marketing team and some of the managers in the store and even the CEO. They're really friendly people. Even in times where my wheel set was having a problem with the spokes, they replaced both the wheels, and they're changing their whole lineup, so they're really, really cool. The Reed CX, and I'll have a review video eventually with me just talking through the bike. So yeah, sponsorship maybe in the future. I don't know. Written to a few companies about it. That's another thing. I'm completely almost broke at the moment. I somehow managed to ride from Sydney to Perth I had about $500 each month, and it took me about 2 months. So somehow, I think on average I've spent about $1,000, maybe, off the top of my head. I spent from Ravensthorpe, which is a town in between Albany and Esperance. It's, if you look at a map, Western Australia, down the centre of Western Australia on the south coast. Ravensthorpe to Perth, I spent about $60 in a week. And that's Australian dollars, remember, so that's even less than US dollars. Don't ask me how I did that. I might try and make a video about my tips and tricks on budget touring. Essentially, it was camping, a lot of camping. I'm realizing that camping saves you so much money. It's ridiculous, and I will try and do more camping in the future because it's not that bad. Like, sorry about the noise. I am in a city. I am hearing it, and it's going to be picked up on the microphone. It's not a very good microphone on this camera. So another thing is the videos you're seeing on this camera right now. This is the Lumix GX 850, and it's a decent size camera. It's amazing size factor, but the problem is the GoPro is better for size, and I can just press record and it's instantly recording, but the quality is much better on this camera. So I'm kind of at a bit of a problem that, do I record on this newer one or do I stick to the GoPro? And I've been kind of flipping back and forth. So you're gonna see, I'll show you some footage throughout this video I'm doing right now where I'm recording on the Lumix camera, and it will be a nice shot of me riding by the camera or something, and then I'll have other footage on the GoPro which is me recording me riding on the road or something, and it's much better footage. And I noticed that in other videos they're really good at telling the story of why and what they're doing. And I find that quite challenging, I think, in my videos. I'm not very decent at that yet. And I mean, yeah, I really like the format of, I don't mind, I love talking about reviews and products and bikes and how-to videos. I really like making like what I've learned and teaching you, because that's what essentially YouTube's about, right? It's sharing ideas, sharing, you know, this, that, and this. And I like to make the entertainment stuff, like me bicycle touring in a country and you enjoying watching that and teaching you something. I can hear the washing machine downstairs, I just noticed that. It's not instant. I can't make this stuff as fast as everyone else can on YouTube. I'm actually really slow in some ways. If you go to my Instagram, I'm way more up to date on that. You should totally check out that. I'm getting way better at that, and I'm posting almost once or twice or 3 times even a week of decent quality photos. I'm trying to get better at that as well. Sometimes I don't want to get overwhelmed by the quality and trying to be competitive against another all these other accounts. On Patreon, I've only got 3 or 4 Patreons, I think. I think we've got Andy, Cara, Nejc, and Tim. And honestly, I would not have been able to get from Esperance to here without Patreon support. I know it doesn't seem like, you don't know the story yet, I get it. It feels a bit weird, doesn't it? Like, I'm giving this money to this person, what's he doing with it? I'm literally surviving and riding a bicycle and trying to support making awareness for World Bicycle Relief as I'm riding now. I guess that's kind of more of my mission incentive to do this, I guess. I've had moments in the past where I've gotten very, very worried about riding. I still have it a little bit in me, but it's really not as bad as it once was, because I've been in several accidents, and as you're riding, the accidents can get like a bit more intense, and you got to get like, toughen up really. What's the point in getting just soft all about it, you know? Because I essentially still have a lot of good morals for why I love cycling. I think that's it for this video. I have some live streams and Q&As which happen on my Instagram now and then. So definitely go, just hop on my Instagram. I can be way more up to date on my Instagram. I do not have a computer of my own to edit on. I do have access to a computer that I can borrow and edit on for a few days, which is great, but it's not mine, so I'm kind of not able to post as well as I could. Like, posting Instagram is easy because it's done on my phone. Editing videos and films, I can't really do it unless I have a computer. And it takes me weeks to go through the footage and find the best stuff that I can, finding the right music, you know, there's a lot of different variables just to make one film. And the film might be only about 50 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. And it's actually got thousands, I mean literally thousands of hours into it, because people don't realize if you're touring, it's also, you know, the experience of meeting people, finding places to stay every night, the campaign about the charity, it's about the equipment that I'm using. There's a lot of different things, and it's tricky to just explain it in just a quick update video, I know, but I'm trying my best. So huge thanks to everyone on Patreon. You are amazing, and you are supporting me right now to actually live. I am looking for jobs in Australia. I know it seems like I might not be, but I am. I have my morals, which is I want to do something which I feel passionate to work with, and it's tricky to find that. And also it's about balance, because if I, for example, went to go and work in a restaurant cleaning dishes, then I need to find accommodation for that, and maybe even have my own transport if I had my own accommodation. If they had accommodation on site, great, but they might want me to stay for a few months rather than a few weeks, which is, a few weeks is better for me, because then Tice might be coming over in like 3 weeks. So there's a lot of different variables, if that makes any sense. And it all is being equated in my head, but I get that on camera it's tricky, or on my social stuff it's tricky to explain. And I don't really like to explain like the details, I guess, because who the hell cares? And I get that. Why do you don't have to care about what's going on in my life. But for the small percentage of people who do care, this is just an update to explain where my mindset is and what's going on. And for touring wise, Tice and I are talking about doing a tour together, maybe. Either some in Australia and maybe somewhere in Japan. I feel super drawn for South America. So there's a lot of different possibilities in the future for where to tour next. Right now, I do not have the funds to do that. Anyway, this is getting a bit long of a video, and I've got to edit through it a little bit, so hope you enjoyed. Hopefully it explains a little bit of what's going on. And if you want to meet up with me in Perth, just let me know. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm trying to base myself so that I can actually meet some people, you know, because the outback is, people don't realize it, but there's nothing out in the outback. The Nullarbor is completely empty out there. It's just beautiful. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.